Well, welcome back, guys. I'm outside here. Been feeling a little bit under the weather and trying to get myself feeling better. But I think we're going to go ahead and start working on this disc harrow. This is my neighbor's. I think it's a 12 foot. And what we need to do, we talked about it in a previous video, is there's a cylinder that's got to go on right here. So we're going to add a John Deere cylinder that I've got in the garage. I went down to TSC today and I picked up a couple hoses. Unfortunately, they didn't have both of them. I wanted 120 inches. All they had was one 120, so I bought a 120 and a 144, but we'll make that work. They're 1/2 inch hoses. I got all the fittings to go on to connect everything together and hook up to the hydraulics on my tractor. I do not have the tires yet. I'm gonna have to pick some of those up, or I mean, it's possible these might hold air too. I don't know. Maybe I'll just see if they'll hold air first, and we'll go from there. So let's go in the barn and I'll show you what I got. Last Wednesday, I actually went down and I picked up another implement too from Tractor Supply. I looked all over the internet for them and I couldn't find them. Seems like to get them used, no one's either selling them or there's not that many out there, but I needed one for planting potatoes this year. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around. I'll show you what I got. There you go. A 3-point garden better hiller. That's what it'll look like. It comes in this small box. At some point I'll unbox that and we'll go through and put it all together. I don't need it right now, so it's just going to sit there for the moment. I'm more worried about getting this disc harrow fixed up. So this is the cylinder we're going to use, and if you look here, I had an old shaft. I think this shaft was from a electric motor, and I just cut it down into 4-inch pieces, drilled some holes, and made some pins for this, and that worked out perfect. That's exactly a 1-inch hole there. So made my own pins. This is loose, it'll come off of there. But here's what I got. It's 1/2 inch by 144, 1/2 by 120. And then I ended up getting some adapters here. These go from 3/8 NPT, which I believe is what the thread is going into the cylinder, to our 1/2 inch hose. Got 2 of those. They only have one of these. This is a ISO standard. It's 1/2 inch NPT. So we'll thread that onto the other end of the hose. And then I ended up buying this. This was $30 to get that other fitting, and I really didn't need it, but I wanted to get this one, so I just paid the extra. This one here was $13, so quite a bit difference there, but that's okay. I'll throw that on the shelf, and I guess if I ever need it, I'll have it. So that's what we got. And then I got this pin. It's a 3/4 inch pin, so I can pull the thing because I don't have a hitch pin. So I went ahead and picked one of those up too. But anyway, I guess let's go ahead and we'll start taking these fittings out and replumbing it. All right, I got it up here in the vise. I'll go ahead and unscrew these fittings here. Yeah, that's a 3/8 NPT, so that'll work just fine. Get this one off. Actually, take this hose off too. That hose is pretty cracked up, but I'll bet it's still good. I'll throw that on the shelf just in case I ever need a hose for something. Now, I'm going to use some of this Blue Monster here, this Blue Monster tape on everything that I put together. There we go. When I was at TSC today, I went ahead and I had 2 of my propane cylinders that I've had empty all winter long. I went ahead and had those filled. Propane prices aren't terrible right now. I think I paid almost $35 for both of them to fill them up. That's not too bad, I guess. It's a lot better to do that. I think we discussed in a previous video that it's a lot more economical to refill a tank than it is to go down and trade in for a Blue Rhino or any of those brands. The reason is the Blue Rhinos actually they're only filled to about 60%. And when you go down and have your tank filled, they actually fill them to 80%. So you're getting more and it's costing less. I don't have any gas companies real close to me, so TSC is about the closest one I can go to get that done. Unfortunately, all these fittings here are made in China. They feel like it too, and I probably overpaid for them. I think all the fittings I got and the hose was all $160, but that's all right. It'll pay itself back. All right, that looks pretty good. Now I want to put this end here, the actual rod end. I want to put that on the side that moves, so that these hoses aren't moving back and forth. So this will be attached to the frame of the unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 144-inch hose and we're going to put it on the furthest point, which is this one right here. But right now, I don't need this. Let's see if it'll even, I just want to make sure it threads in. Make sure I got the right stuff. Yeah, that works. So, but for right now, we're gonna leave these hoses off. I don't need to put them on yet. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the ends on the hoses first. Actually, this hose feels really good, even though it says made in China on it. It actually feels pretty good, so it might be all right. I just try to buy USA made stuff when I can. All right. So I just threw a wrench in there, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Kind of give me an extra hand here. So let me get this tape put on here. Just put that sucker right in there. That'll kind of give me a helping hand here. Seems tight. All right. One more here and we'll go ahead and put it on the disc harrow. All right, there we go. Let's take everything out and throw it on that implement. The weather today's been pretty nice. Other than the wind's pretty brutal, but that's okay. I'll take almost 50 degrees in February. Yeah, that's good. That's nice. Now this one here might be a trick. Oh no, it's good. All right, it pulls right out. I think I got that backwards. Yep. I said I wanted to do it the other way, and I just put it on backwards. So let's flip it around. There we go. Nice. Now, which one of these is longer? I lost track. I'll lay them out here and figure it out. All right, so this is a short one. So we'll put this one right here on the short side. This one here on the other side. That actually might work out really well. Okay. Yeah, that's going to work out really good. You can already tell. So it's probably a good thing I did go with the longer one on the back side there. What I need to do is somehow connect these together, but we can worry about that later. So one thing I noticed on here is if you look between the discs, you'll have this blade that comes down. And what that does is it breaks up the dirt that gets clogged in between there. Well, when I brought it over here, this one here was packed completely full. It was just a big round blob. And I ended up taking a chisel and chiseling all that out. So I may have to come up with something there I can bolt on to stick down inside there, just to keep that dirt from building up when it's kind of wet. But everything else on this thing looks pretty good. Other than these outside tines or discs, they're a little bit cracked. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get the tractor, and we're going to hook up to this thing and try out that cylinder. I may even pull it up to the garage so I can put some air in those tires, and we'll see what happens. Well, I got to go drop off this pallet fork attachment first, and we'll see how to deal with this hydraulic cylinder, because I got it plugged into the auxiliary. I wonder if I can hang it up and just unplug it and let it be, but we'll see. Oh, my truck back there's got a flat tire. I thought I fixed them all, but that back tire is flat again. There's always tire issues around here. I went ahead and I grabbed a pallet. We're going to set it on a pallet right here inside the hut. I'm not real excited about this because of the way this tractor's sitting on a hill. I don't have a way to lock the brakes in, so it is what it is. We'll get it. There we go. I want to kind of keep this out of the weather as much as I can. I know A lot of people don't care, but I do. All right, we'll lower this down. Without pinching myself here. There we go. Just let it go. There we go, that works. Just leave it like that. All right. All right, so if you look at this one here, actually look at that one, it's got a brace there. So this one can't possibly hit, but when whoever did the exhaust before me took that brace out, and so this one here can just hit the tire and it hits it and flings back and forth. So I'll show you what I bought just to kind of take care of that. So I got just a 3-point hitch back there. It goes from 3-point to I believe a 2.5 Reese style hitch. So I put that on and it kind of holds everything together. So I'm going to do that really quick. Well, we got a problem. So it appears that I cracked this cylinder when I was putting in this fitting. So it's cracked and it's leaking. So now I don't know if I should weld it or try to weld it or what. The other thing is, this is not set proper for my tractor. It won't go high enough. My hitch is pretty high on this. And I can't get the, what I'm gonna have to do is take this off and move it up. So I'll do that first. We'll at least pull this whole thing around to the garage, and I'll probably take that cylinder off and try to weld it up, I guess. All right, so that should help. I ground it out a little bit, and I guess I'll slap some weld on there and we'll be more careful next time. All right, guys, it's about a week later, and I had a few things I had to take care of, but I did end up getting this cylinder all welded up. It works fine now, and the tires did hold air. So what I'm gonna do is play a video of me trying this thing out, and be back in a second. have it. I did a pretty good job. I believe this garden's about 50 by 150, and I can get it done in about 4 passes. If I learn to line it up correctly, should be good. But that's it. So you'll probably see that in a future video coming up, and we're gonna, springtime, a couple months from now, we're gonna get to planting. So thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a good day. See you on the next one.